What's going on, LEGO fans? Alex here, and welcome back. Today we'll be taking a look at the newly rebuilt airport. Yes, I know, last week I uploaded a video of the airport, and I just, I didn't like how the building was facing the other direction. And after receiving some great feedback from the forum, I decided to tear down the old building and rebuild it to how you see it here, as well as redo all of the road plates, how everything is basically organized to make it more functional, make it look better for the, and make it all overall function better. So that's what I'm going for, right, Jimmy? All right, he agrees. So what hasn't changed is the road plates. The road plates are the same, as well as the parking garage. I never want to move that parking garage. It's a beast. But you'll notice that the airport shuttle station is here now. In the original plans of the city, back when I started putting this together, this is where I wanted the airport shuttle station, and it didn't really work out. But now I've forced it to work. I've made it work. But that meant making some changes down where Jimmy was with where the track went, and posed some problems there. But I'll show you how I resolved those. But I think it looks better. When I look here at the roads, obviously the front, the main entrance of the airport is right there along the road. So nice little easy access. And I think I put together a nice working sidewalk system so people can get from the train station, from the parking garage, from a car, all into the airport with relative ease. I reduced it from 2 runways to 1 runway, so you just have 1 main runway here along the front, and the rest of the plates are just more about getting access for vehicles such as airplanes in and out of other areas. I kept the space program. It's just hidden there in the back. I think that's a better spot for it. So that is the overall look from the front. So this edition of the building, second edition, I guess we'll call it here. Well, first of all, the building is longer. It is quite a little bit bigger than the other one, so it's kind of nice to have some more space to work with. But as you can see, I did an open back plan on this, mostly because since the back wasn't facing where people see, it made sense to just leave it open back to let some light in. And also, you get to save on some pieces that way, so it all worked out. We back up a little bit here, so I'm up against the wall, not a lot of space right here, but here is the space program. I don't know if this is all going to work out with the space program. It takes up some space that is just some good real estate to park other aircraft, such as things like these. So, but let me know what you guys think of the space program. I like the space program. I like having the airport shuttle and other rockets here, and having my Space Marines out. It's a lot of fun to see them out and about. So, but I think it's a good, it's functional, it works. Hey, there's an Mtron guy. What's he doing there, I wonder? Maybe it's a precursor of things to come, I don't know. But across the way here, I do like how this is all set up, the sidewalks here, using those light gray tile stone, and the airport shuttle station there across the way. And you can kind of see how the sidewalks and crosswalks all work together to make sure people can get to the airport with relative ease, and of course safely, because as you can imagine, there's quite a bit of traffic around airports. Let me go ahead and show you how this thing opens up. I had these little latches and on top of certain sections, so allow me to take off the roof with somewhat ease. Let me take this helicopter off here really quick, and I think this is actually part of one right here. Let's see if it's going to let me. Yep, all right, nice and easy. Got quite a bit of these sections actually to come off there. There we go. And I think this top section has to come off first because it's attached to that ladder. There we go. And a couple more. Pop. And one more. There we go. Got to have this support beam, otherwise your roof is going to collapse. The interior is going to look very familiar to those who saw my last video. A big change I wanted to make sure I got in this rebuild was making sure that the baggage claim was moved out of the secured areas. So it's right here, this common area right next to the main entrance and the check-in desk. Security got a bit of an upgrade, a little bit more space for people to actually exit the airport. Before, it was only a couple studs wide for people to walk by that police officer. Now there's actually 4 studs worth of space for people to get by. So much better. Everything else is still pretty much the same. I kept that red arch from the original International Jetport Lego set. I also have all the original Lego minifigure guys from that set. They're hanging in there, and they look really good too, don't they? Not bad at all. These guys are probably getting close to retirement age, actually, but they're still working away. Once past security, you can, of course, relax and take a seat and wait for your flight. Kept that cafe area, gave it a small upgrade with the counter so people can still order some drinks and sit down at a table and relax. I added some more chairs in the common area where you'd wait for your flight. So that accommodates a little bit more space, but very, very basic setup here. Nothing too crazy going on. Very, very similar to my original build, but there's a little bit more space to work with. The garage, it also gets some upgrades as well. I'm going to go ahead and take care of this fire engine. It's kind of tight quarters though with the vehicles, especially ones that are 6 studs wide. But I gave it some structure as far as some equipment there. But I put an office in here, an office that has a couple people doing administrative work. The back office here is just a couple of small desks and a filing cabinet. Here we have our friend Carl working late as he always does, while his slacker friend always leaves work early. All right, so that is it for the interior tour of the new building. The build went pretty quick. After I built it once before, building it a second time went pretty darn quick. Making it a little bit larger was a bit of a challenge, and making sure that all of the elements match up, and that I don't know. It's always interesting to build larger buildings, but. There we go. Got the helicopter, got roof access, a much safer stairway there. The last time you had a very treacherous ladder hanging over a ledge. You'll notice that I have the old gray on top and the new bluish gray on the bottom, just how it worked out with the elements that I had. So you just go with what you got, and that's what I had. So, alrighty, make sure that's it. Going to fit back on, and there we go. To accommodate the airport shuttle's position in the airport, I had to move the track over. It used to be right here, and that was easier to find supports for, but with it right here, obviously it's right over the middle of the road, so I had to find a nice little support system to make this all work, and this is what I came up with. Very simple design. It's actually quite flimsy if you detach one of these from the track itself. You can kind of see how flimsy this thing is actually. That's all it really is. And then I attach it, let me get this around here, like so, with a little basic Technic element that goes in the bottom plug of a 2x2 element, and I just use a lot of these black plates to kind of form that beam that goes across it. So something interesting to note with the airport shuttle. So this is the new station, right? And you guys know it travels to the other side of the downtown area by the Avengers Tower. You walk over here. And it continues from that station down in the back here of the city. There's a station right there by the Ferris wheel, and it goes all the way down here behind the temple. And this is the end of the line station. So that's quite a lot of area for it to travel, right? And all that, there is only one turn, just one turn, and that is back there. Of course, with the exception of the bypasses, but I don't really count those because they're just bypasses, but just one turn. And now this is where I'm just going to say, if anybody from Lego is watching this, please, when you are developing pieces or elements for people, the general public to consume, what we need is straights. We want things like this. We want train track like this. We want airport shuttle track like that. Straights. That's the kind of stuff that we really need in order to make our cities more functional, more realistic. Now, I get that not everybody has a massive Lego city in their basement like I do. I'm more of an exception to the rule. I get that. But even small Lego cities, even when I was a teenager building my city, I needed straights to make things work a little bit better. Because if you look at this, how many road plates do I have with something sticking out going to nowhere? You know, nowhere, right there. Again, over here, going nowhere. This is a result of just too many plates, track, no matter what it is in its variety, where we just need straights. Anyway, I don't know why I went off on a tangent like that, sorry, but I just did. So anyway, let me just kind of get this back on track by saying thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think of the new layout here with the airports. I appreciate your comments. they're the reason why I redid this, really. Thanks for that. But I think the end result, was it a lot of work? Yeah, I had a few late nights, but I was excited to do it. It was a lot of fun. Keep them coming, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to a different project here. I think the airport is in a good spot now with how it functions. So Jimmy is asking me if I am done because he wants some cereal. Right, buddy? So we're going to go have some cereal, and we'll see you guys again in the very near future. Thanks so much. We'll see you. Bye-bye.